I just have to talk softly, basically. Venturing into the moto-vlogging world, just to be able to talk. I think I just want to be able to talk to myself, really. It is 32 degrees, I believe, and the bike's already nearly at 80 degrees on the oil, so... I have missed this bike, though. As much as it's still a work in progress. The thing is, I know exactly how much it weighs. Well, I don't say I know exactly how much it weighs. I know it weighs around 170 kilos now, I reckon. I'd say somewhere around that ballpark. Dry. But I know how it feels. You know, I've had so much seat time in this bike. I know how quickly it'll start braking. I know the pickup. I know how it moves without even thinking about it, you know. I trust my tires as well. And the Road 5s too. The Road 5s are really very good. I think I'll switch to Road 6s once these ones run out though. Because the middle compound on the Road 6s is better. And you know, I haven't been able to do the trip I wanted to do this summer. It's just everything got in the way, and there wasn't really a 2-week gap anywhere. And it was all about moving and securing clients, and I'm giving myself another month to find a new place. I've got 2 viewings tomorrow, one of which I am quite excited about. It's a lot smaller of a place than I have now, but at the same time, you know, it's 800 pounds per month. It's half of what I pay currently. Well, I pay, my family pays, but this new chapter I'm doing solo by myself. It's going to be somewhere in Essex, and I work with Bolson Creative. They're one of my main client currently. I'm looking for others, but they're my main retainer monthly clients, and they're in Malden. In practice, isn't actually much further than Croydon is, because like this, the problem is here I can't be doing 70. Like, that's just ridiculous. Regardless of the speed limit, it'd be insanity to try and do 70 around here consistently. It'd be dangerous, but that's neither here nor there. What I mean to say is, because there's faster roads between Malden and Essex and Central and Croydon and Central, even though I think it's about 50 miles, something like that, whereas this is technically 15 miles. It's just about the same time. And also, you don't have stoplights to contend with, you know. So, right here in front of me is probably the single best view you'll ever get of London on a bike. I don't know how it will show up on the camera, because obviously the camera's very wide, but that, of all of Central right there, is just, I think it's so beautiful. So beautiful. But yeah, you've got these boroughs, and they're a wonderful little place. And also, like, everyone's like, oh, Southside's where you get all the problems, you know? Because I live in Croydon right now. Oh, Croydon's such a... I've never had a problem. I have never had an issue. I think there's some stigmas. Never had an issue. Like, yeah, the crime rate's higher, but I just, you know... But, like, I look around here, like, I would... You know, obviously for me, one big thing is I need a garage, because the bikes, I can't do that. I would never do that in London. And that has nothing to do with, like, which borough I live in. I wouldn't do that in, like, Kensington or Chelsea if I lived there, you know. A car is different. A car is hard to get into, hard to take, etc. Whereas one of these, 170 kilos, you get 2 strong guys, you can pick it up, put it in the back of a van. I wouldn't mind living around here, if I could afford it. Like there, right there, look. Garage, house, perfect. That would be lovely. Absolutely lovely. So an end of terrace house with a garage. I could do that. I live on the 37th floor right now, and I love it. I love how far I can see. I can see Heathrow with my 600mm. But I love going through here as well, you know. I love not being super close. Because it's like a half an hour ride-ish. It's not a little bit more, 40 minutes. To get into town down these little roads. And it's lovely. This is near Dulwich. I have a friend who lives in Dulwich. Very nice house. Fuck me, the price of fuel. What is that bullshit? I remember driving past here like 2 weeks ago and that station was selling fuel at 148. And now it's 164. Like, what the fuck is up with that? Come on, guys. Worried about this bike overheating. It's already at 100 because it's fucking hot today. It's 32 degrees. Little snap, crackle and pop. Always check your mirrors to see if the cops are following you. That right there is one of the newsfeed cameras. It's a laser one. It's released. Ow. Yeah, so this suspension is really nice because it's like really. Ooh, nice bike. Patronus livery. It's really like gives me a lot of faith in the bike. But it's stiff. Or bumps. Although it is supposedly set to my weight, but I don't know how much I trust that. So, just to like give you guys the settings that I'm using on the Action 6 and the microphone. The Action 6 is currently set on 16:9 4K in ultra wide with no stabilization. Because I like it that way because of a guy called Jay, I can never say his last name. Jay Jalonsky, I don't know. I can't ever say his last name, and I apologize if I butchered that completely. But big bump. Yeah, because of him, I decided that I do it without stabilization because I agree with him that it makes it feel more real. Like if I turn my head like that, there's no wobble, there's no jelly, and you feel it. And the little bumps that shake me, you feel those too, and it feels more immersive, I guess. 16:9. 4K ultra wide in D-Log M10 bits with no stabilization. I have my settings to 1/50 at f4, and then the ISO range is maxing out at 800 with exposure requirements at -0.3 so that I can always crush the dark spots and not get any shadows. And any noise are in the shadows, ideally even when I go through the trees over there, for example. On the microphone I'm in -12 dB, although that seems insufficient. So it'd be nice if they could turn down the sensitivity even more. It is mounted, can I actually show you guys? Yeah, there we go. So the microphone is mounted right there, as far away from my mouth as I can put it, but it's got the wind muff on. I've also got balaclava on. So, yeah, we'll see how this audio sounds because I just don't know. From my testing, sometimes it clips, sometimes it doesn't. And the quick release mount is really nice because I can do things like that where I can talk to you guys. And look at you. It'll be really cool when I've got one of the Aprilias with cruise control, because then I can just put the cruise control on, talk to you, and then I tried cruise control on my friend Bucata's 1200 the other day. Yeah, come on. And that was really fun. That's really, really cool. I wish this had cruise control. So I'm going to get a prop lock for it, because that's the best extra thing you can do. Check, shoulder check. Not going to make that. Which is... Wow. None of the other bikes I've ridden are as slim and slender as this. So doing that. Whee! Get through it all. Bada bing, bada boom. Coming up on a spot that I've used quite often, and this is really very good. This building right here, this white building with the diamonds on it. Here's Mr. Julian. Ow! That's important. So we just finished a little shoot with Julian. He's gone now, and we're gonna go ride some more, or ride home, to be honest. Microphone's right there. and it's dark here, so we'll pick this up where it's bright. So we're back on the bike, gonna head home. Don't get me wrong, it's lovely when it's hot, but there is such a thing as it's just too hot. And right now it's too hot, because as I'm riding, the air hitting me is hot. And that is unpleasant. Kind of reminds me of Dubai, which is crazy, saying that London reminds me of Dubai, but it does. When I went to Dubai with the boys, and I was riding a Harley through Dubai, which is great. And it was hot, 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 like you wouldn't believe. I was riding at 160 kilometers an hour, because that's the speed limit on their motorway, so 100 miles an hour. I think the reason I love London, and a lot of people don't, is how busy it is. I actually like that it's busy. I can talk to you like this. We got Blackfriars Bridge, they're doing some stuff to it. Not sure what they're doing to it, but yeah, look at that. The station. Pretty cool. I can talk to you like this while holding the throttle up, and this is pretty cool. And hopefully you can hear me just as well as before. But yeah, going through London. This is just the commute, isn't it, you know? Just the commute. Can we squeeze past this bus? Yes, we can, because we are a small little motorcycle. And also, a lot of people say that they don't like riding through London, but I think one thing I actually do really like about riding through London is basically like bobbing and weaving through traffic, you know? It's like you're playing Tetris. Like things are coming up at you and you gotta react, find the gap, cut in, you know? Let's see how quickly we can get through all this. Neutral. This is Dulwich. True and proper Dulwich. Fun fact, and I'm probably going to get called posh for this, and that's fine. I went to Dulwich College in Beijing. They have schools all over the world. That is Dulwich College. One of the most prestigious boys' schools in the world. It does look awesome. I like riding the bike and looking at it like this. Although obviously this has all got to get cleaned up and minimalized, because that's just sticking too far out. I've talked to Paulson's, they suggested why not move this down below, have this reworked, this triple tray, get a nice one from somewhere, because then all it's doing is it's holding that and that. No more ignition. I was supposed to have one done, a few pieces done, but I went tits up. Liability guy who owes me £1.5 grand now. Not an insubstantial amount of money. Could buy myself another Vulcan for that if I wanted to. Not sure why I would. But but I could. I do love how this bike sounds. As it's going out the road, I was talking about earlier with the very nice view. Although this bike is not finished the way it should have been, I'm still really glad that I was able to enjoy it a lot of this summer, because last summer that was not the case. I was not able to enjoy it in the same way. That'd be cool if you could live up there, right on top of the pub. Well, it wouldn't be cool because you would then not be able to sleep at night unless you had really good soundproofing. There she is, the tower. Don't know if you can see that very well on the camera. It's so wide, but she's there. Right, I'm going to turn this off now because I'm not about to give away my address while I still live here. If I still live here for another month. Don't want any batshit crazy individuals coming to find me. So, if you watched all the way through, for some reason, not entirely sure why, but if you did listen to my yapping, then thank you. Thanks for listening to the yapping. I'm messing around with these YouTube videos and just throwing 20 darts at the dartboard and seeing what sticks and what works and what you guys like. Because it's fun. Because it's fun. So yeah, thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.